About 4 months ago, I decided to stop eating sugar. No more of my favorite chocolate, no more sugar in my coffee or honey in my tea, no more cookies, cakes, or desserts. Now, I knew it'd be an interesting challenge to stick to that decision, especially with 3 kids in the house gleefully eating the stuff in front of me. But I also knew that mindfulness would be my secret ally. This video is all about how I use mindfulness to stay sugar-free for the last 4 months with way less fuss and deprivation than I had imagined, and how you can do the same. Now, when you make a change in your habits, like not eating sugar, the first step in applying mindfulness is the identification of a desire to do things the old way. In this case, I needed to be able to accurately and consistently identify the physical sensations, thoughts, and other mental activity that indicated I wanted to eat something with sugar in it. And if you're not sure what these sensations and thoughts feel like, you can easily find out by taking something you used to eat and enjoy that has sugar in it, and in my case that'd be my favorite chocolate, and put it in front of you. Now observe the physical sensations that arise as you look at and smell the food. For example, I notice that saliva begins to collect in my mouth and there's a subtle tensing in my abdominal area. There's also an urge to take a piece and put it in my mouth. It feels kind of like a restlessness that I need to act on in order to make it go away. And in terms of mental activity, there's a voice in my mind saying things like, "Oh, it's okay to have a small piece. It's not going to do anything." There's no need to go to extremes here. Take the middle path. Remember, moderation in all things. And other forms of justification for eating some chocolate. There's also another kind of mental activity which is really interesting. I can see a mental movie of myself picking up a piece of chocolate, putting it in my mouth and eating it. And while I'm mentally chewing the chocolate, I can almost feel the sensations of it in my mouth, in my teeth, on my tongue, and what it would taste like. It's very cool stuff. And it's interesting because most people believe that they make rational decisions. They think they weigh the pros and cons of an action and then act accordingly. But if you have a close look, you'll realize that most of the time, just like here with the chocolate, your decisions are largely governed by habitual reactions to seek pleasure and avoid the unpleasant. In my case, I'm clearly experiencing desire for the chocolate in front of me. And that desire is based on previous conditioning, the craving for something I perceive as pleasant. And my thoughts, which seem so rational, are simply justifying acting on that underlying craving. And that's the case for most of the decisions we make on a day-to-day basis. It's just we often don't notice what's actually going on under the hood. Okay, so now that you've identified the physical sensations and mental activity that arise when you get a hankering for some sweet stuff, your task is to get familiar enough with these sensations that you can easily identify them when they arise. So go ahead and practice with your sugar of choice so you experience what I'm talking about. Just be mindful so that you don't end up eating this stuff. Now, part 2, I'm going to show you what to do once you notice those physical sensations, thoughts, and other mental activity that tells you you want to eat something sweet. I'm Grabovac. Thanks for watching and see you next time.